The announcement period. All council members wishing to speak, please do so at this time. Councilman Weathers.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. I would like to make an announcement. I'm having a community meeting tomorrow, that is Wednesday, at 6:30 p.m. at the Shelby Park Community Center to discuss the contextual overlay. We have quite a few neighbors in the Rosebank community in District 6 who are interested in pursuing a contextual overlay application, and I invite all of our neighbors who are interested in that topic to come out to that community meeting tomorrow at Shelby Park Community Center, 6:30 p.m. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman Withers. Councilwoman Roberts.
I'm having a community meeting on Thursday at 6:30 at the West Precinct, and we're inviting all the neighbors in the Robertson Road area and Charlotte Park to come, please.
Thank you. Councilwoman Van Rees.
Thank you very much. I have three things this evening. Two events on the 24th. The 24th, that's the Tuesday, next Tuesday, a week from today. The third installment of Coffee with NVR over at Sip Cafe on Gallatin. I hope you'll join me at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Please bring anything you'd like to talk about. We'll have a few things there to spur some conversation. Also on the 24th, in the evening of the 24th, we have a Neighborhood Watch event that is coming up, and we want to make sure and remind folks that are in the Madison area that if they want to learn a little bit more about Neighborhood Watch, that we do that. You can email me directly at nancy.vanreese@nashville.gov to learn a little bit more about that. It'll be 6:30 at the Madison Precinct, trying to get together some Neighborhood Watch opportunities for all of the district part of Madison. And then finally, also in the Madison area, we're putting together a Heritage Area Neighborhood meeting as soon as possible. You may have already been contacted by David Lampy over on Pilgrim Court about this. If you live on Heritage Drive, Heritage Lane, Heritage Court, Sixpence Place, Pewter Court, Candlewick Court, Colonial Court, and Tradition Court, we are trying to put together a neighborhood association in that area, and we'll be having a meeting hopefully before the end of the year. Again, you can contact Mr. Lampy or Maribel Weathers over at Pilgrim Court, or myself, Nancy, at the government address, nancy.vanreese@nashville.gov. Thanks.
Councilwoman Roberts.
So we're having another community meeting on November 30th from 6 to 8 for the Osceola neighborhood, and this is also at the West Precinct, and I would encourage every neighbor within that vicinity to come, whether you're in my district or in District 24 across the street in Kathleen Murphy's district.
Okay, are there any other announcements? Councilman Pulley.
Yes, I believe Council Lady Johnson has something. I think she just walked in, so before you end this, let's give her a chance to say something here.
I believe there's going to be a special presentation by both you, Councilman Pulley and Councilwoman Johnson, for Levy's 60th anniversary. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Councilwoman Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Levy had 160 years in business celebration last month. Vice Mayor Briley and Councilman Pulley and myself went to a celebration and presented proclamation, as well as Mayor Berry presented proclamation. But how often 160 years in business we can celebrate? It's a really special occasion. So I just wanted to take my personal privilege to ask Mr. Levy in the floor, and I hope Councilman Pulley can join me celebrating and welcoming Mr. Levy.
And any other council members that would like to also join Councilman Pulley and Councilwoman Johnson, please do so also at this time.
I'd just like to add to what Council Lady Johnson has had to say. It's not often that you have a business in the changing nature of our landscape and streetscape in Nashville. Green Hills looks entirely different than it did back in the day when you started, and it's just a tremendous testament to you and to your family that your business is still continuing to thrive, and it's one of the great characteristics of our neighborhood as it's changing around you that you're still there. So I congratulate you, sir, and we are very happy that you are a part of our community.
Flattery will get you everywhere. Thanks so much for having me today. Levy's and my family are very proud of our 160-year heritage. We started in 1855 on North Market Street, I believe around 139 North Market Street, which is now 2nd Avenue. Market Street Brewery comes to mind. And I can't imagine the stories of trying to stay in business and clothe men during the Civil War, during World War I, after World War I, after World War II, before World War II, and all the way to today. In retail, we have a lot of characters and a lot of stories to tell. We ought to write some books about some of our clients, many of whom have graced these wonderful desks and been up on the podium. And of course, to be fair to all concerned, we have recently added women's clothes. So out in Green Hills, we have both a wonderful men's department and also women's clothes. So our locations kind of chronicle the city's move to the suburbs, and but yet we've stayed loyal to this county and remitted our taxes, and we thank you for your pro-business stance and for allowing us to be so successful in this wonderful town that we have. And thank you very much for this honor tonight, and we have a few more years to go. Thank you so much.
Are there any other council members who wish to make any announcements at this time? Okay, I do have a couple myself. Those in Southeast Nashville, the Christmas party is scheduled and planned for Friday, December 4th at the YMCA Camp Widgewagen at 6:00 p.m. It will be paid for by sponsors. Heated vans will transport everyone to the lodge from the parking lot. Food will be catered and complimentary by Ms. Angie Watson, who is a resident in Councilman Sam Coleman's district. And H&T's Home Cooking will provide complimentary banana pudding as dessert. And the other meeting, there's a joint community meeting with Councilwoman Vercher on Monday, December 7th at 6:30 p.m. with our Police Chief Anderson and Commander Trickey from the South Precinct, as well as Commander Brandymore from the Hermitage Precinct, and all of our Metro officers who patrol that area. And that will be at 6:30 p.m. at Una Church of Christ at 1917 Old Murfreesboro Pike. And again, that is a community meeting with our police chief, and it's a joint community meeting with Councilwoman Vercher for Monday, December 7th at 6:30 p.m. at Una Church of Christ. And we hope to see everyone in Southeast Nashville at the Christmas party on Friday, December 4th. Is there anyone else wishing to make announcements? Okay. The announcement period is officially closed. Thank you. We'll start our meeting promptly at 6:30.